Hey, Billy Buckbee down here with my friend Pete Bass. We're talking about all those things that we may or may not always like to talk about, but really important for people to know and get to know. We've had some really good discussions, and you can go back and watch some of those other videos. The one I want to talk about right now that we keep getting, hearing information, misinformation, is something you and I are both involved in, and that's the sewer plant. So how long were you on the sewer commission? You were...
I believe I got on there in 2010, I
Okay.
believe. I'm an alternate member.
Right.
So that means that sometimes I'm seated depending on attendance of regular commission members, and sometimes I'm not, but I still can give my input, I just can't vote.
Right. And I've been there going back to before we built the new plant. I think there's a lot of misconception as to what the sewer plant was there for and what we were trying. I'm off the commission now. I've stepped off a lot of other things on my plate, obviously, so...
And thank you for serving on there for the times that you...
Oh, it was my
Appreciate
pleasure
that.
to do. I was
Thank
told at the time when I got appointed it was a good place to get your feet wet. So I don't know if the sewer plant's the place you want to get your feet wet, but that's where I did. But people don't understand the debt. Can you explain the debt of the sewer plant and why the town was paying for it as opposed to what they're looking at now?
So the town took on the task when the plant was failing. So there was emissions that were coming out that weren't up to the DEEP, the Department of Environmental Protection standards. So we had a choice. We had a choice to upgrade and change our plant or face some pretty serious penalties, financial penalties, by releasing not the proper emissions that we should.
Heavy nitrogen at the time,
Yes.
yeah.
So the town took on the endeavor of upgrading plant. We had a bipartisan group of commission members, both Democrat and Republicans, and some unaffiliated. They got together, they came up with a plan of how they were going to pay for this plant.
Right.
The town then took on the obligation through a bond and also a town meeting. So the town meeting, the townspeople that were there voted to do this plant upgrade and expansion.
Now, if the town wasn't paying for it, who would be the ones that would be directly affected?
So the town is always subsidized it in one form or another.
Right.
If they don't, then it falls on the users that are on the line currently.
Right.
So the whole burden would then fall on that percent. Right now, I believe we're around 30-35% of people that are in that district that are hooked up.
Right, and it's only a small district.
Correct.
So why should someone not living in that district or having a business in that district who lives up in Northville pay for the sewer plant?
We all love the downtown. I hear it time and again when I'm talking to people, either out on the street, door to door. They always just say how New Milford's, really its community hub is the downtown. Without that sewer plant, you would not have a downtown. It wouldn't be there. You wouldn't have any businesses on Route 7. You wouldn't have any businesses up 202. And the reason being is you need to have sewer for some of these businesses. There wouldn't be, some of the businesses that are up on Pickett District Road as well.
Right.
And those businesses pay taxes. So if you didn't have a downtown, first you'd lose your cultural hub. Then you wouldn't have all those fabulous restaurants or small shops to go and shop at. You wouldn't have those businesses on Route 7. And what would that do to our grand list? So the thought process has been that the town has to subsidize it, like it does with schools, and like it does with a lot of the other things that we do day in, day out.
I don't have kids. I pay for the schools.
Right.
Same idea.
Right.